If you've ever wanted to pick the perfect color in Photoshop, this video is going to make that process simple, fast, and easy to understand. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to use the color picker tool in Photoshop, how to choose colors visually, how to enter exact color values, and how to lock in the right shade for your project. Whether you're editing photos, designing graphics, creating social media posts, or matching brand colors, this is one of the most important tools to learn. And if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more easy Photoshop tips and step-by-step guides. Alright, let's jump in. The first thing you need to know is how to open the color picker. There are two simple ways to do it. The most common way is from the toolbar on the left side of Photoshop. If you look near the bottom of the toolbar, you'll see two overlapping color squares. The square on top is your foreground color, which is usually the active color for brushes, text, and many other tools. The square behind it is your background color. To open the color picker, just double-click either square. That will bring up the color picker window instantly. Another way to open it is through the color panel. If your color panel is visible, you can go to Window, then Color, and make sure that panel is turned on. Once it's open, look for the large color swatch on the left side of that panel and double-click it. That also opens the color picker dialog box. So if the toolbar method isn't convenient for you, the color panel gives you another quick option. Now that the color picker window is open, let's break down the layout so you know exactly what each part does. The large square area is called the color field. This is where you adjust saturation and brightness. If you drag the small circular target around inside this square, you can make your color lighter, darker, more vivid, or more muted. Moving from left to right changes saturation, and moving from top to bottom changes brightness. This is one of the easiest ways to visually fine-tune a color until it looks right. Next to that square, you'll see a vertical rainbow bar. This is the color slider, and it controls the hue. Hue is the actual base color itself, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or purple. If you drag the arrows up and down this slider, you can move through the full range of colors. So if you want a blue tone, for example, you can move the slider into the blue section, then use the large color field to make it lighter, darker, more saturated, or softer. You'll also notice the preview swatches inside the color picker. These are very useful because they let you compare your current color and your new color side by side. The top part shows the color you're selecting right now, and the bottom part shows the color that was previously active. This makes it much easier to compare changes before you commit to them. It's a small detail, but it helps a lot when you're trying to match a specific look. If you need a color that's exact, not just close, Photoshop gives you precise number-based options. This is especially helpful for branding, logos, web design, and print work. On the right side of the color picker, you'll see fields where you can enter values directly. One of the most common options is hex, which is often used for web and digital design. If you have a specific web color code, you can type it into the hex box at the bottom. For example, white would be FFFFFF, and black would be OOOOOO. You can also use RGB values, which stand for red, green, and blue. These values range from 0 to 255, and they're commonly used for digital screens. If someone gives you exact RGB values for a brand or project, you can type them into the red, green, and blue fields to recreate the color accurately. This is a great option when you need consistency across different images or design assets. For print projects, you may also see CMYK values, which stand for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. These are percentage-based fields and are used more often for physical printing than for screens. If you're designing something that will be printed, entering CMYK values can help you stay much closer to the final output you want. Once you've selected your color visually or entered the exact values you need, take one final look at the preview to make sure everything looks right. If it does, just click OK to confirm your choice. That will set the color as your active foreground or background color, depending on what you clicked, and you can immediately start using it in your Photoshop project. And that's really all there is to using the color picker tool in Photoshop. Once you understand where to open it, how to move around inside the window, and how to enter exact values, it becomes a very fast and powerful part of your workflow. The more you use it, the more natural it feels, and it will save you time anytime you need to match colors accurately. If this Photoshop tutorial helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next easy design guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.